Round one, we have the choice. Gonna play first. I think I'm actually okay with this hand. It's 5 lands, which isn't great, but at least one of the lands is a utility land as well as a colorless source. We have a 2-drop, we have a removal spell. I think this hand's okay. We're running 17 lands, so I'm slightly less fearful about getting flooded. I think it's a keep. Shrieker's a great draw. So we actually don't want to show the spawning bed next turn because we don't want our opponent to know that we have the colorless source for Shrieker. Ripping spells is like perfect. Ripping spells right now is absolutely perfect. We're still going to go with the Shrieker because next turn we get to go spawning bed, attack for 5, and play Shadow Glider, which is just very, very strong turn progression. Could not have really asked for a better turn progression with this hand. Alright. That's pretty nice too, but we're still going to do the same thing as before. So let's smash for 5. And play the glider. So now he's got to play another creature. We can complete disregard the Stalwart and still smash for 7. Alright. He's decided wisely. Oh. Didn't care that one's a weird choice. Okay, well, I think we're just going to disregard now because I've got nothing better to do, and disregard does not affect as many things as Demon's Grasp does. Plus, getting to the point where spawning bed's going to be active and then possibly lets us smash for even more. And next turn we can Demon's Grasp plus still pump, which is good. I don't really want to Demon's Grasp a summoner, but I think it's worth it, probably. Especially given the amount of removal our deck has. Do I want to kill the Scion instead? Scion lets him play a 7-drop next turn. I still think we'll get rid of the 2/2. So next turn I can play a land. I can actually... Well, this is lethal anyway, so he's got to get another blocker down. But I was thinking I can crack spawning bed and triple pump this. Make it a 6-power guy, which isn't bad. Chose a land to put on top. Okay. Still looking pretty good. I kind of think he has to attack. I think that attack actually makes sense. Believe it or not. I mean, so my opponent's just going to sack the Scion. I guess that's okay. I definitely want to get the flyer out here. So sack the Scion. Guess there's a chance to sack the Lagak. Alright. So gotta deal with the flyers. Alright, that's not good enough. Alright, well, we ended up drawing pretty nice. So, playing against mostly green, white, splash, red is the guess. Probably for the best red splashes are typically Fall the Titans, which is a pretty dangerous splash, but making Tajura's Stalwart better alongside the Holdout Settlement. Rolling Thunder's not really a card you can splash, so I'm not anticipating that, but I have some concerns about Fall the Titan. That card is very good, very strong card. I really don't have much in terms of sideboarding. I basically have a Rampart, a Witness in, and a Corpse Churn, none of which seem appropriate to bring in here, so let's keep it the same. It's definitely a keep. It's a nice hand, too. It's basically just a good mix of land and spells and a good curve. We don't have the colorless mana for Slaughter Drone, but that's not a big deal. Vampiric Rites really has been just a real powerful card in the format, I think, and it still kind of remains unappreciated. It's definitely at its best in green-black, where you can sack like a Blister Pod twice and just gain all sorts of cards. But even in a deck like this, it really does function nicely. Any black deck with at least 15 creatures, I think, tends to function really well with Vampiric Rites. It just is such a good way to respond to removal, especially if their removal is primarily enchantment based, like Containment Membrane or something like that, or like even fight based, Unnatural Aggression or something. It's good in response to removal. Okay. So I'm not going to offer the trade on this one. But we're just going to play Glider. If I rip a colorless mana, I'll play the Shrieker, maybe. Although, I guess the Shrieker is worse now. So he attacks with the Summoner and has a follow-up creature. I'd pretty likely just disregard it and still get in. Okay. Well, we're going to disregard that. Land draw is pretty good. Still think we're just going to disregard the Griffin and get in. Still not incentivized to swing with Slaughter Drone. I think better to keep that dude for... it just... Trading it for a summoner doesn't seem good in any way. Like, if I find a colorless mana, I'd rather have the Death Touch. I'd rather draw a card off of it with Vampiric Rites. I'd basically rather do anything other than trade it with a summoner. Okay, Warcaller's pretty good. Probably going to want to Isolation Zone that, especially since we know our opponent's got, like, Beastmaster. Don't really have time yet to do the Step Glider, so we're just going to nip the Warcaller in the bud now and get back for 4. Okay. So if he has Beastmaster, he can get in for 2, 4, 6, 8. We're not going to die if I play like Step Glider. So I technically can swing for 4 here and play a Step Glider and pass. But I guess keeping the drone back makes more sense. So we'll just swing with the glider and play the other glider. These kind of tokeny creatures are definitely a lot better against us in general because our removal is so single target based. Like Bearer of Silence definitely gets a lot worse in this matchup. And the fact that we know our opponent has Beastmaster could definitely be problematic. Birthing Hulk. Yeah, I mean, that's a problem too. I feel like it's less of a problem than a Beastmaster, but our opponent could still have Beastmaster. I think next turn we're probably playing the Shrieker. I think Scythemaster's probably slightly better. Well, I guess Shrieker's probably better if he doesn't have Beastmaster. But I also want to leave up Vampiric Rites for emergencies. Ooh, Aeronaut's actually pretty nice too, though. Does it change our clock if I play? Yeah, it does change him to a 2-turn clock. So I may just want to play Aeronaut, leave the drone back to block the Birthing Hulk, and draw a card. I probably want to do that. So let's get in for 4 flying. Play the Aeronaut and pass. So he's on a 2-turn clock. We have Slaughter Drone to block Birthing Hulk. Okay, did have the Beastmaster. We're still fine. He doesn't have great attacks here. Because we can eat these 2/2s. Yeah, he's going all in too. This is gonna work okay, I think. So damage protect here. Kill a token. Block a 2/2. We still, I guess, end up taking 5, but we're going to gain a life. I think this ultimately is still okay. So it's Vampiric Rites, our drone. Don't mind the cats freaking out at each other. They love each other deep down. Deep, 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 deep down. So he's got 5 attackers. I'm at 6 life. I can play 2 blockers. I'm going to have the Step Glider as a blocker 2. I'll have 3 blockers. This needs to be blocked. This needs to be blocked. This needs to be blocked. If he has an ally, I think we're okay. If he has 2 allies, we're dead. But I think we got to go for it here. All right, there's 1. Plus that thing gains flying too, so I guess that's... Oh, he did have the 2 allies. All right, so we're dead. Opponent had a legit hand. Pretty sick, Chubbs. Yeah, that was like perfect for him. I did say we died to double ally, and I was not lying. Perfectly lethal. All right. Let's go to game 3 here. See if we can make it all come together. All our spot removal still seems fine. He does have a lot of token-based stuff, but he's got big stuff too that our removal can definitely deal with. I don't think Rampart's that good in this match. Witness the End actually is probably pretty good, isn't it? Birthing Hulkin. Yeah, we probably want to make space for this, I think. He's got enough top end where I think that's ultimately going to be good for us. So let's cut a... how good is Spatial Contortion? Maybe Contortion's not that good in this match. Does not deal with his Stalwart. Does deal with some stuff still. Is Ondu Rising that good? You know, Ondu Rising's like a 6-mana 4/4. Maybe we just cut that. Does bring us down to... Is it only 14 creatures then? But Rising doesn't seem that good in this match. It's okay, I guess. Gain some life. Yeah, I guess it's not bad. It seems like it's something I could cut. Kind of want to keep all my creatures, but I still kind of like Glare. But then again, I mean, Glare's not good against tokens. And his guys get big. Gaining life would be good. So I brought in a discard spell. I probably should take out a non-creature spell. 15 creatures with Vampiric Rites just seems like the correct amount. So I could cut Spatial Contortion. Maybe I'd cut a Glare. We're on the play. We're kind of the aggressor. Glare does deal with Beastmaster, but like I said, his guys get big. It does not deal with Birthing Hulk. Does not deal with his defensive plays. I can't really decide. Glare's got to be better than Contortion most of the time. Alright, I guess we're cutting Contortion. I don't know if that's right. We'll find out. I'm not cutting any of our colors mana, though, because we still have guys that need it. I mean, Bear of Silence is not that great either in this match, but it's still going to be good enough. Alright, this is definitely a keep. Although we can't play the Grasp, but I like the Envoy. I like the Spawning Bed. Glare looks fine here. Yeah, so not an ideal Glare match, like I said, but there's still definitely stuff we're going to Glare. It's not ideal, like I said, because it actually doesn't kill Birthing Hulk. And it does kill Beastmaster, but the problem with killing Beastmaster when it's attacking is they've kind of already gotten all of the ally value, which does make Glare worse. But it deals with necessary things, so I guess we happy to have it for the most part. Oh, that's useful. Yeah, and actually, Grasp of Darkness dealing with Birthing Hulk is kind of nice. Snapping Gnarlid. Well, I don't know if I want to grasp that, especially since I've got Envoy. Ooh, Drana's Emissary is a huge pickup for us. We're actually going to do the Emissary first. It helps us race a little bit faster. Our opponent didn't strike me as hyper aggressive. So if he goes land on natural aggression, we definitely get punished, but we didn't see it games 1 and 2. And that doesn't strike me as a card that's particularly good in my opponent's deck with all the tokens. Okay, Loam Larva is not intimidating. Sheer Drop. Yeah, it's something I can do. Kind of want to play Envoy now, though, since it blocks Snapping Gnarlid. Our opponent didn't appear to have any tricks, although, well, they're still a couple mana away from Tajuru Warcaller, so I think we're cool with chilling. This isn't the worst time to Sheer Drop, though, but I think just getting Envoy down now just makes more sense to me. That also lets me next turn Sheer Drop plus Grasp, if it comes to that. See, the problem is my opponent wants to attack with both anyway. So we are going to block the Gnarlid and see if he's got the trick. I mean, it makes sense in my mind. Okay. I think we're fine. So we do have Tajuru Warcaller to worry about, as well as Beastmaster, but this is the turn I think we're going to be doing the sheer dropping plus grasp potential. Well, I don't want to grasp any of those guys. I guess leading the Envoy back for that reason actually makes sense. Because we want to keep the Eyeless Watcher at bay. And this way, if he has Tajuru Warcaller, we still can block one of his guys and only take 9 damage. Just still a lot, but seems right to me. I mean, it's a 4-point swing if I attack with the Envoy, but then he gets to 4-point swing back. This makes the racing more difficult for him, especially given that I've got Grasp of Darkness up, just in case he's got a big spicy play, like to Drew Warcaller. Okay, so he's got Beastmaster. I'm going to have to Immolate and Glare that. We're not going to use Grasp on... I mean, I can use Grasp, I guess. It's got 2 cards left, though. I think we're just going to take 4 here. We're going to save Grasp for like a Warcaller or a Birthing Hulk. And we're going to save the Glare for the Beastmaster. And I think that makes sense. Emissary's just doing work. Actually, wouldn't mind a Witness the End here. Be kind of good. Demon's Grasp is pretty good too, so we're going to bust that on the Beastmaster now. So, still just getting in with the Emissary. Although, 4-point life swing now. If he plays... I still think we want to protect from Warcaller with 2 removal spells in hand. I think that makes more sense. If we can get past the Warcaller, and the fact that we have Grasp for Birthing Hulk is relevant. Okay, that I can handle. Loam Larva is also pretty not intimidating. If he's looking for a land, I think he's got the Birthing Hulk, but we're not too worried about that. All right, I think he does have Birthing Hulk. Well, I can play all my removal, so still think we're just smashing with Emissary. If I smash with Emissary now, he goes to 8. Next turn he goes to 7. It could make him go to 4 and then kill him the next turn. So I think this is actually still a fine attack. And I think we're actually just hoping his last card is, in fact, a Birthing Hulk. So I can just grasp it. Alright, well, that's good news for us. So we kill that guy. Get a solid 2-for-1 as well as take care of his best creature, which is very good for us. So now we can actually attack with both and be fine. Even land draw here is good. All right, let's get to smash now. And now, even if he rips the 2-Drew Warcaller, or yeah, the Warcaller, we're still good. How much did Emissary do this game? Like, I think it drained for 4 life, possibly 5. All right. Removal that deck got there. Bonus deck was good, though. We never figured out the red splash? I don't think we did. It could have just been like as we thought for the Tajuru Stalwart, which I guess is fine. You know, Tajuru Stalwart's really not good unless you're playing it as a 3-mana 3/4. So yeah, it makes sense. Still a chance to fall the Titans or whatever was in there. Yeah, good deck from our opponent, definitely. Beastmaster with a bunch of tokens. That's old school triple BFZ strategy. That's pretty good. And then Loam Larvas, I'm guessing, to just make Stalwart a little more. Give some early... Loam Larva's not bad in this deck. Give you some early protection, and then gets a lot better in the mid to late game with the Beastmasters and the Tajuru Warcaller. So yeah, I can get behind that. All right, well, I'm glad the deck performed well here. We'll see you in round 2.